Okay, good morning, guys. Okay, is this recording? Yes. So we are currently, I'm gonna update you really quickly. So we are currently on our way to do my COVID test. This is like a travel vlog. Yeah, so I'm in Tulsa, Oklahoma, my hometown, for Christmas, and I have to get a COVID test, obviously, to go back to France, and obviously just to be safe. And so we are on our way to do that right now, but I am literally an idiot. So okay, all of my money is in my French bank account, and I put a little bit of it in my American account. Long story short, and then, okay, so this morning, of course, I was like trying to do everything this morning before I go to my test. Okay, now we're at a stoplight. So I was trying to do everything in my, like, this morning for the test, and I was like, oh, I'll just transfer some money on PayPal. With Christmas gifts, and I had to get Khalil, like, some Apple products, and he, like, it's a long story. My limit was reached on PayPal, so I couldn't PayPal myself. So I just had to go to the bank. I was like, oh my God. And I'm like, I don't like to be late, so I'm like in a hurry. I should have done this all the night before. I go to the bank and pulled out money from my French account. So I'm sure that's going to be blocked now because I didn't tell my banker that I wasn't going to be in the United States. So that's just a little update, but let's go get our COVID test. There's people looking at me, but I don't really care. Yeah, so let's go. Okay, so I just walked up to the door and I gave them my paperwork, and they said they're gonna come do it at my car, which I guess does make a lot more sense than for them to come in, like, because like, what if you had COVID? So that lady was very nice though. Love the vibe here. I'm at Any Lab Tests Now in Tulsa, Oklahoma, so we'll see how this goes. Okay, so that was, okay, let me collect myself, sorry. Literally the COVID test tears. I just feel weird filming it just because, like, they're trying to do their, job. But, okay, so my appointment was at 9 o'clock. It's now 9:08, and I'm done. So I could not recommend any lab test now this is 41st and Peoria if you're in Tulsa. That they're so nice, so, like, calm. I really enjoyed my experience here. Would recommend them. Pricey. I had to pay out of pocket. It's $250. So let that sink in. But okay, so now we will go about our business. But so nice to get that out of the way, and then they will email me a portal where I can open my results hopefully by tomorrow, they said. All right, you guys, welcome to the airport. Today we have a very special guest with us. My friend Claire's at the airport at the same time as me, so we're just like a fun little thing to have, when you have a friend with you, because I'm always sad when I leave after Christmas, so Claire is my emotional support animal today. But Claire's going on Southwest back to LA, and I'm going back to Paris, and today's gonna be a very special travel day, and I will explain in a second. So, to briefly explain, so the other day I went to lunch with my dad and his friend, and he used to work for Delta, and I went to go check into my flight yesterday, and I noticed that my seats were upgraded to first class. So today I'm going to be traveling first class on Delta from Tulsa International Airport to Charles de Gaulle, and I can't wait to show you guys the experience. I literally cried when I found out. Claire can attest to it. She's behind the camera, but she was there. She saw. I fully cried when I found out. I'm so excited. I never thought I'd ever have this experience in my life, but today should be really fun. So let's go. Come along. Come along. There she goes. Alright, you guys, so I made it to Atlanta, and so now I'm gonna go try to find, because I'm in first class, I do have access to the lounge. I literally never in a million years, I've watched vlogs about people going to the lounge, and I would walk by the airports and be like, wow, maybe one day I'll get to do that. So I'm gonna go try to find a lounge and maybe get something to eat. I don't know. I'm like so excited, but yeah, let's go. So there is absolutely no one in the international terminal at Atlanta. This is like one of the biggest airports in the United States, and there's absolutely no one. Okay, so I just left the lounge. I didn't film any of it because like there was just like a lot of people and it just like wasn't the vibe, you know? But it was super nice. Just like the chairs were super comfortable. They don't have like the normal like food because I think because of COVID, but and I'm like not super hungry, but I did get like a free cappuccino. So, but now I'm just headed to the gate.
Larger electronic devices like laptops must be stored purged, push back either in a bag under the seat in front of you or
I'm freaking the fuck out. Okay, so they just came around and took our dinner order, and I got the butternut squash with a white wine. I wasn't gonna drink in January, but this calls for a celebration. Hopefully I'll be able to give a little bit of like a seat tour in a second, but I mean, the amenity kit has Le Labo products in it. Okay, so I don't think I did like a great job of showing the seat, but you can kind of see it here and some of its amenities, but I just could not believe this seat the entire flight. I mean, there's so much storage space, as you can kind of see, just a lot of space to put your things, you know, your books, your water bottle, all the things you need. So there's also a little control panel, of course, for your seat, and then a tray where they serve breakfast and dinner. One of also kind of the awesome features of this seat is this absolutely enormous screen. You can see it compared to the size of my hand, and the movie selection on this flight was awesome. Another huge benefit of this seat was the incredible legroom, and of course this seat folded down into a bed as well. So yeah, so we took off, and the flight was underway. I mean, you know, nothing new to report there, just a normal takeoff. But of course I started with a little bit of reading, and then they handed out some COVID forms, which is of course the new norm. And then dinner was served just like that. The ravioli was great, the salad, it was all delicious. And Ben & Jerry's, are you kidding me? I was super impressed by the real silverware. But yeah, you can see I'm just here, you know, chomping it down. I think at this point I was still watching Bridgerton. If you're watching Bridgerton, let me know what you think. I've been really enjoying it. But yeah, I thought the food was delicious. And of course, once again, I had to order a glass of wine because I cannot control myself, I guess, on flights. Also, there was free booze on this flight. So I decided to really take advantage of that and get another one. So there I am with my second glass of white wine because you know what, why not? So of course I wanted to show you the amenity kit as well, which is super exciting for me. There was Le Labo products in the amenity kit, which I thought was really nice. I thought the lip balm was super nice. I used it the whole flight. There was also a face mist, which I also used. Of course, a toothbrush and toothpaste, which is great, super useful. Also useful, a pen. You never know when you need a pen for your forms. A little sleeping mask. I didn't use it because I just watched movies, but always a great thing to have. And of course, some earplugs. Also didn't use these. Also great to have. Thank goodness they give you some directions. Hand sanitizer, very useful in these times. Yeah, great. This is crazy to me. So this is a little door for your cabin so you can have a lot of privacy, which is awesome. So after dinner, I decided to make my space into a bed, which is, I mean, just out of this world. So comfortable. So I decided to watch the movie Waves. I accidentally shot this in slow-mo, so this is not what the movie really looks like, but this movie is incredible. You might recognize Maddie from Euphoria, but this movie, I don't know why it hasn't gotten more clout or more recognition, but this movie is incredible. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. Justice for Waves. I don't know why it hasn't gotten, I don't know, just more recognition, but I loved it. It was moving. I think what I'm trying to portray in this shot, you can't really tell, but I cried so hard during this movie. It was amazing. But I also decided to watch Bombshell, also a movie that I didn't know a ton about, but, well, I knew a lot about it, but I just hadn't seen it, and I hadn't gotten around to seeing it, and I actually really enjoyed it. Obviously, it's a very harrowing story, but yeah, I just loved it. Thought the performances were great. Really, really, really enjoyed it. Then breakfast was served just like that. It was delicious. Once again, you can see me, of course, freaking out about it, forking down the pineapple. Yeah, the breakfast was delicious and super like refreshing. Of course, then we got around to my favorite part of the flight, which is when you can see us getting close. You can see the horizon, and the sunrise on this flight was so beautiful. I was also kind of bummed for this flight to end, but yeah. So they gave us a new mask to enter the airport, and then we were all ready to land, and that was it. This was an absolutely incredible flight, and I'm so grateful for this experience, and I would rate first class on Delta a 10 out of 10 for sure. Hi. Okay, so I like in all my videos where I do like travel and stuff, basically I just came back here and fell asleep. But okay, so Khalil, what I didn't film was, okay, so Khalil couldn't come to the airport because he wasn't feeling very well, and we needed to like sort out if he was like really sick. It was like a whole like breakdown. It was a whole thing. So I was gonna take the metro and be a strong, independent woman, but then I picked up my bags and they were so heavy. And I had a bunch of like Apple products with me that I was bringing to Khalil, and I was like, whatever, I'll just get like a taxi. I was gonna get an Uber, but there was a taxi line, so I was like, I'll just get a taxi. And I just got like just screwed on the price. Like I should have talked to him about it before. So like, and normally this would not be a problem because I always take the metro home from the airport, but just like don't let yourself get screwed over by a taxi person. Like it just sucks. I paid so much for my taxi home. But anyways, so that is the end of this little video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Once again, like I don't know if I said it enough, but like I just like cannot believe that I got to sit in first class. Like I literally never, I just like never thought I would ever be able to do that. Shout out to Bob and Paula, who made this happen, and just like I'm so grateful for the opportunity. And it was an amazing experience. Flying like that it's just incredible. I mean, like it's like not only like the comfort of being able to like lay down, but it's like you just get such great service, and the food was good, and you have so much space just to like put out all your things. Like you can like kind of unpack your stuff, like your books, and it's just an incredible way to fly, and I will probably never be able to do it again, but I'm happy I had the experience. But thank you guys so much for watching. Happy New Year, and I will see you guys in the next video. Toodles.